Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Nketiah says he's got so much stronger this season. Arsenal youngster Nketiah has told Sky Sports that he's got so much stronger this season, and Mikel Arteta made the same claim about the striker earlier this week. Nketiah has been in impressive form since the World Cup, and he is certainly making the most of his opportunity in the Arsenal side. The 23-year-old had struggled for game time in the Premier League before Gabriel Jesus picked up a knee injury in Qatar, but the Arsenal Academy product has now bagged 5 goals in as many games in the Brazilian's absence, and it seems that he has been putting in extra work behind the scenes at London Colney to ensure he is ready for the physical aspect of Premier League football. Nketiah spoke to Geoff Shreeves on Sky Sports as he looked ahead to Arsenal's huge clash with Tottenham today. The Sky reporter asked about Nketiah's transformation picture on Instagram, and the Arsenal striker admitted that it's an area of his game he has been working on. He said, "Naturally, as you grow older, you get a bit stronger as well, but it's something I have really worked on over the last couple of years, more so in the dark, but it's come to light now. But it's something I have worked on. I think the robustness of the Premier League is really high. It's really strong. You are always playing against big, physical centre-backs, so for me, I felt like coming through the difference between the under-23s or the under-18s and going to the first team was that physicality, being able to have that structure and that frame to do the things I was doing at youth level, to take the ball, to hold the ball, to turn. I think you need that level of competitiveness in terms of strength. Adding that has allowed me to show more sides to my game than what people were able to see. I am in a better position to compete. I am in a better shape. I have still got a lot to grow. I can still get bigger. I'm only 23 and that will come naturally as well. It's something I have consciously worked on and it's paying dividends at the moment." Arsenal could now go for Declan Rice next summer. Arsenal now look set to miss out on their biggest transfer target of the January transfer window. Chelsea appear to have hijacked a move for Shakhtar Donetsk winger Mikhailo Mudryk. A report from Dean Jones via Give Me Sport has given Arsenal hope for the summer. Jones now believes that Arsenal could go for West Ham captain Declan Rice in the summer. He has now said that Arteta is still keen to add a midfielder to the squad and Rice could be just the man. The 24-year-old has already made it clear he wants to play in the Champions League. Arsenal have already put themselves in a brilliant position to return to Europe's premier competition next season. Speaking to Give Me Sport about the England international, Jones said, "I do think we should bear in mind from an Arsenal point of view that they are considering their midfield situation and ensuring that they are strong enough in that area too. First of all, get through the season and then to strengthen in the summer. So it's not impossible that they go for Declan Rice and they will be in a really strong position if they were to win the league." The £70 million valued midfielder is playing in a West Ham side that are really struggling right now. It appears as though Chelsea, who have been linked with Rice for some time, are no longer favourites to sign him. If Arsenal could beat their London rivals to Rice, it would be a real boost after losing out on Mudryk. Arteta is reportedly a big fan of Rice, and he would be a brilliant addition to the squad. He would add a genuine competition to the holding midfield role alongside Thomas Partey. Rice could also play in Granit Xhaka's more advanced position, given his quality on the ball. If Arsenal could go for Rice in the summer, it would be a real signal of how far they have come. TalkSPORT pundit now says Arsenal fans will be hurt after last night's transfer news about Mudryk. TalkSPORT pundit Gabi Agmonlahor has had his say on Arsenal's pursuit of Mikhailo Mudryk. After months of working on the deal, it now appears as though the young winger could be on his way to Chelsea. Speaking on TalkSport, Agbolahor now thinks Arsenal were bullied after the Mudryk deal. The Gunners have made it clear throughout negotiations that they had a set valuation for Mudryk that they weren't going to stray from. The player had made it clear that he wanted a move to the Emirates. However, Chelsea has arrived in the final moments and offered the Ukrainian club exactly what they wanted. The question will now be, who Arsenal attempt to sign next in place of Mudryk. Arteta will still want to bring an attacker in this month to keep their title challenge on track. The money is clearly available to spend, but identifying a new target after chasing Mudryk for so long won't be easy. Speaking on TalkSPORT, Agbollahor said, "You see this transfer for me, Chelsea have financially bullied Arsenal. They went over, spoke to his agent and said, we'll give you more as the agents, will give him more as wages. Maybe Arsenal were going to give him 100 to 150,000 pound. It wouldn't surprise me if he is on 200 to 300,000 pound a week. And also, Shakhtar are going to get more upfront. It wouldn't surprise me if they get the whole 100 million euros upfront, so I'd go to Chelsea. Arsenal are probably offering 60 million pound upfront and 25 million pound later. I think it's a good signing. I feel like this age they are talking about a 7-year deal. It's going to hurt Arsenal, and it's going to hurt Arsenal fans." A report from Sport Italia has now suggested that Arsenal are once again interested in Raphinha. The Gunners were interested in the Brazilian in the summer, but he decided to move to Barcelona instead. His record in the Premier League is brilliant, and he would be a very good option in the squad. Shakhtar have already released a statement on Mudryk, saying that Chelsea are very close to agreeing a deal. Arsenal may not have been bullied over the Mudryk deal, but they will be disappointed to have missed out. The club now have 2 weeks to try and get a deal for another attacker over the line. Contact made with Barcelona star Raphinha after Mudryk blow. Arsenal have responded to seemingly missing out on Mykhailo Mudryk by reigniting their interest in Raphinha in the last few hours, according to a report from Sport Italia. After months of speculation, Mudryk appears to finally be on the verge of moving to the Premier League. However, as noted by Fabrizio Romano, it's Chelsea who looks set to secure the Ukrainian signature. It's a big setback for Arsenal. The Gunners will be looking to make the kind of signings in this window which will boost their hopes of an unlikely title win, and Mudryk looked to have the potential to make a big impact. But it seems that Edu has wasted little time to identify his next target. In fact, contact has already reportedly been made. According to a report from Sport Italia, Arsenal want Raphinha, and they have reached out to find out whether a deal for the Brazilian will be possible. The Gunners wanted the winger in the summer. However, he ended up joining Barcelona in a £55 million deal. Unfortunately, his time in Catalonia has not exactly gone to plan. The 26-year-old has only started 7 times in La Liga and provided 2 goals and 2 assists. His time with Barca is yet to really get going. However, he would be an amazing signing if Arsenal could bring him to the Emirates. He is unlikely to cost anything like what Mudryk will cost to Chelsea. And unlike the 22-year-old, he is proven in the Premier League. He was unbelievable for Leeds during a near 2-year spell at Elland Road. No single player did more to keep the Whites in the top 5 last season. It remains to be seen if a deal is possible, but it would be a fantastic way for Arsenal to bounce back. Arsenal consider a transfer move for Ivan Fresneda. Arsenal are reportedly ready to join the race for the transfer of Riyadh Valladolid wonderkid Ivan Fresneda, who could cost around 10 to 15 million euros. The Gunners could face competition from Premier League rivals in Newcastle for this signing, but it's also not yet clear if the deal will happen this January or in the summer, according to the Telegraph. Fresneda looks an outstanding prospect, becoming a first-team regular at the age of just 18, and being described as fantastic by his current manager. As quoted in the Telegraph's report, it may be that Arsenal will be more likely to move for Fresneda if Cedric Soares ends up leaving the Emirates Stadium this January, with Fulham a possible destination, according to the Telegraph. Arsenal will be reeling from missing out on Mykhailo Mudryk and surely need to focus on signing a top attacking talent this winter. Mikel Arteta's side are top of the Premier League table, but won't stay there long unless they improve their squad depth, with many fans and pundits still likely to see reigning champions Manchester City as the favourites to win the league. Arsenal joined the race to sign a 22-year-old Brazilian Luiz Henrique. Arsenal and Manchester United are reportedly interested in signing the Real Betis winger Luiz Henrique. According to a report from Vigaches, the 22-year-old La Liga winger is on the radar as the two clubs look to shore up their attacking options. Arsenal are set to miss out on Mikhailo Mudryk, who is thought to be heading to rivals Chelsea now. The Gunners need to add more quality in the wide areas, especially after the injury to Gabriel Jesus. Henrique has been in fine form for Real Betis this season, and the Brazilian has the potential to develop into a top-class player. Furthermore, he would be a cheap alternative to the Ukrainian international as well. The Brazilian will add pace and flair to the Arsenal attack, and his arrival will allow Gabriel Martinelli to move into a central position and fill the void left by Jesus. He has 3 goals and 5 assists to his name across all competitions this season. Meanwhile, Manchester United are keen to add to their attack as well. The Red Devils missed out on the signing of Nketiah from PSV Eindhoven, and Henrique could be a quality alternative. Both clubs have the financial resources to tempt Real Betis into selling their star attacker, and it remains to be seen whether the Brazilian ends up. Arsenal and Manchester United have a reputation for helping young players develop into top-class stars, and the Brazilian will be hoping to achieve his potential with them if a move to the Premier League materializes this month. Rio Ferdinand sends warning to Arsenal about upcoming Man United problem. Rio Ferdinand has warned Arsenal that Manchester United's style of play will create a problem for them in their Premier League clash next week. The Red Devils will travel to the Emirates Stadium next Sunday in a top-of-the-table battle. The Gunners could be 8 points clear of second-place Manchester City if they defeat Tottenham in the North London derby after hours from now while I am recording. And the big matches will keep on coming for Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta, who will see his side boss United in exactly 1 week's time. The Red Devils have been reinvigorated by a new boss Erik ten Hag, who is in his first campaign in the Old Trafford hot seat. Ferdinand believes that the manner of the win in the Manchester derby means that United will be a huge threat for Arsenal. The Red Devils legend has now cautioned Arteta that his former side will be dangerous. He said, "I just think the way Manchester United play, we are a problem for Arsenal. Today we were a problem for Man City too. I think Arsenal will have the Lyons' share of possession, but in the transitions, United are so dangerous. Even under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer we were good in transitions, but even more so now, because we are more structured and harder to break through. I think before the goal, Man City only had 1 shot on goal for all the possession that City had. There is been a fragility with Manchester United in the last few seasons, going 1-0 down against City. In past seasons, you would have felt like walking out, but today they didn't panic, they remained resilient and came back really well. I am going to be very, very calm and collected and say, you know what, we are in the shake-up right now, and the Champions League football is looking much more positive for next season. Let's see where the next couple of weeks, couple of months take us, and maybe then we can revisit the championship talk," Ferdinand said. "I will be uploading daily Arsenal news show, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out."